What's up, guys? How y'all doing there? So thank you for clicking on my video, and I appreciate your time. Here we'll be watching the 2018 Key Stage 2 Paper 1 Arithmetic paper. And here I'm going to do a complete walkthrough and breakthrough of all the questions. Okay, so how about we just jump straight ahead and start from question 1, yeah? And first thing I want to say, as always, you only have 30 minutes to complete this test. Okay, this video might be longer or shorter because I want to know at this stage in time. Probably be hopefully around the same time. But as always, 30 minutes to do, and you must always answer in this blue box. Okay? Otherwise, let's just jump right in. So for every question, I'm going to try and show you strategies and nice techniques to solve these, yeah? If you already know the answer, great. Move on and skip ahead in the video, yeah? For everyone else, I'll show you fast moves. Now, 1. 39 plus 673. The trick here is to rewrite 39 as adding 40 first, and then adding 1, and then minusing 1 less. So 673 plus 40, so 4 tens added to 7 tens will give us 713. So 67 plus 4 is 71. Minus 1 unit, you should get 712. Alternatively, we could have done 673 plus 39. I mean, this is the safe way and this is fast. 3 plus 9 is 12, so 2, carry the 1. 7 and 3 is 10, plus 1 is 11, carry the 1, and 6 and 1 is 7. So yeah, you pick your method, yeah? So just try and do the fastest way because you got 30 minutes. Next one, 2. 9 11ths take away 4 11ths. Well, because the denominators are the same, we just plus or minus the top. Because we subtract, it'll be 9 take away 4 is 5, so 5 11ths. Easy. Question 3. Double 45. 2 times 45. So if you already know the answer, it should be 90 because double 45 is 90. If you did not know that, I would partition this. I would do 2 times 40 first and then 2 times 5. So the easy way to do this is 2 times 4 is 8, and then stick a 0 is 80. 2 times 5 is 10, and then add them up, you get 90. Easy. Next one. Now 838 divided by 1. Well, this is just, you don't even need to think. Anything divided by 1 is itself, so 838. You're splitting, for example, 838 pies by one person, so he's obviously going to eat all them pies, so that's why it works like that. Number 5, 99 divided by 11. So this is timetable facts. We need to know how many 11s are there in 99, and well, it should be 9. And why we should know that 9 times 11 is 99. This is just timetable facts, yep. If you're not sure about this one, review your 11 times tables. And honestly, 11 times table is easy. The first 9 is just the same digits. 11, 22, 33, all the way up to 99. And then it gets a bit weird, but we need to know by heart. So, number 6. 5 times 4 times 10. Now the trick is do 5 times 4 first, which is 20. Anything times 10, you add an extra 0, so it'd be 200. Easy question. 7. 7064 minus 502. Just to be safe, use the column method, yep. Always make sure you line up correctly and line up tens, units, hundreds, and thousands. So just do what you always do. So you got 4 take away 2 is 2, 6 take away 0 is 6. You cannot do 0 take away 5, so you borrow off the 7, so borrow 1, so it becomes a 6, and it becomes a 1 here, so it becomes a 10. 10 take away 5 is 5, and 6 take away nothing is 6. So that's your answer, 6,562. Alright, not bad. Number 8, and of course number 9 as well. 6 to power 2, so this means 6 squared. 6 squared plus 10. So 6 squared literally means 6 times 6, which is 36. So now we've got 36 plus 10 is 46. Quick. Number 9. 56.38 plus 24.7. Oof. This one is easy, just a bit long. Again, line up this case the decimals now, so always line up your decimals. So you got 56.38 and you got 24.7. And if you got a gap, just put a 0. Okay, always never leave your gaps empty. Just always put a 0 in. So now we have to add them, which is again as always, and line up your decimal place here. So you got 8 plus nothing is 8. 3 plus 7 is 10, so 0 carry the 1. 6 and 4 is 10, plus 1 is 11, carry the 1. 5 and 2 is 7, plus 1 is 8. Now, I just want to say a few things here. Just a little tip for you guys. When you do these kind of questions, And always trying to find strategies. Try and find number bonds to 10 or number bonds to 20. For example, I always did 6 and 4. I did not do 1 plus 6 is 7 and then count 4 to make 11. It's a bit awkward. Always do 6 and 4 is 10 and add the extra 1. 3 and 7 is 10. Sometimes it's just look at the numbers, just think number bonds to 10. Can I do that? Yes, and then add the rest. It's very easy and there's a high chance you won't make a mistake. But anyway guys, if you've enjoyed this video so far, please give me a like, and share with your friends, share with your teachers, your colleagues, share with everybody. And yeah, otherwise I shall see you guys soon. Alright, here we go. We're going to start again from question 10 now. So we just finished number 9 and A and so on. If you haven't seen the previous video, check back my playlist and you should find questions 1 to 9 already preloaded. And hopefully the rest of them by the time this is all done. Anyway, let's begin. Number 10. So something take away 10 gives us 298. So we're looking at a number which is 10 more than this to give this result. So if you're not sure, well, the answer is definitely 308. To make sure you know this, if you're subtracting something by 10, just cross it out and just add 10 to this. And this should give us 308. And yep, that's it. All done. Number 11. 270 divided by 3. You just have to ask yourself and ignore the 0, yeah? How many 3 is going to 27? Well, the answer is 9. And then you stick a 0. So 90. This is just a case of you knowing your 3 times table and being able to just recognize it, yeah? So try and recognize your 3 times table. And if you can, then that's perfect. Next one, number 12. 5,400 divided by 9. So just like number 11, you have to recognize your 9 times table. So how many 9s go into 54? Well, this one again is straightforward. If you know it, then you know it. If you don't know it, so just counting, it should be 6. So the answer would be 6 with 2 zeros. So just 9 times 6 is 54. Okay. So sometimes it's kind of hard to say because you just have to really just recognize your times table. So make sure you review your times table if you're for at least the later part of the questions. Anyway, let's move forward, guys. All right, number 13. Oof, division again. So 16 divided by 15. Okay, this one is dead easy, I'll be honest with you. The answer is 4, by the way. If you already know that 4 15s is 60, give yourself a pat on the back. For everybody else, what I would do is write this as a fraction. So 60 over 15. And then just simplify the fraction. Cancel down. So if you look at these numbers, clearly they're in the 5 times table. So divide the top half by 5. We could say there are 12 5s in 60 and there are 3 5s in 15. Now we notice that these are in the 3 times table. So 12 divided by 3 is easily 4. So that is all said and done. So 14. So something equals 5,776 minus 855. So it's literally this equals something because they're both together. So to solve this, just use your standard method. So there is no fancy way to do this. You could try faster methods, but this is the best I would recommend. And it's not too bad. So 6 take away 5 is 1. 7 take away 5 is 2. 7 take away 8 you can't do, so borrow 5 becomes a 4 and carry the 1. 17 minus 8 is 9 and this is 4. So 4,921. Easy. Guys, give yourself a pat in the back because seriously, I'm proud of you though if you're keeping up this far. So, recognition. So it says here that 3,050,020 can be partitioned like this. So we can clearly see that the 3 million is over here, the 20 is over here. So all we're left with is the 50,000. So 50,000. So this is just partitioning, okay? And place value. So 16, 10 take away 5.4. There is a fast way to do this. You could just firstly work out what 10 take away 5 is, which is 5, and then minus is 0.4, which will give us in the end 4.6. But just to be, if you're not very sure, you can just do the standard way, which is 10 minus 5.4. So again, in this case, because you got a whole number, think of it as 10.0. And then if it makes your life easy, think of it as 100 take away 54, which is 46 or 4.6. Okay, next one. Alright, so now here for the first time, you can actually see that it's getting a bit more challenging, the fractions. If you're not comfortable with adding fractions, my tip is to always make the denominator the same. Usually they're multiples of each other, and if they're not, you have to multiply left and right by some common factor or multiply by what they have. In this case, we have 5 7s plus 3 over 21. Because it's a 21, we know that this is 3 times bigger than 7. So to make them have the same bottom fraction, I will times the first fraction all by 3. And what do we get? If you times this by 3, you're going to get 15 over 21. And now we can finally add it to the second fraction, which is 3 over 21. So what happens? So because they're the same as adding the top line, we can get 18 over 21. Can we simplify this? Yep. Because both of these numbers are in the 3 times table. So divide up and down by 3. So reduce by 3. We can say that 3 18s, 3 into 18 gives us exactly 6. 3 into 21 gives us 7. So the answer is 6 sevenths. Actually, another way you could have done this, if you look at 3 over 21, if you divide up and down both by 3, you get 1 over 7. So you get 5 over 7 plus 1 over 7, which is also 6 over 7. So 2 ways, guys. If you did either way, well done. Now for this one, number 18. So we've got 0.1 divided by 100. Oof. You can even know this by heart and get the answer. If you're not sure, when you got something ugly like this, I would use a fraction trick. I would change this into a fraction. So this is 0.1 over 1,000. To simplify this, always clear the decimal. To clear it, always times up and down by 10, yeah? So if you times up and down by 10, what happens? You end up moving the decimal place. So times in the top line by 10, the decimal place moves here, so it becomes 1. Times this bottom by 10, you get 10,000. Now we need to be able to recognize that 1 over 10,000, actually, you would actually get this answer right. 1 over 10,000 is also the correct answer. If not, you need to be able to recognize how to rewrite this decimal. This is just simply 0.0001. Okay, you got 4 zeros, so make sure you put 4 zeros with a decimal point always at this point, all the time. Anyway, guys, I hope this little part helped. Up until 18, if you guys enjoyed it, again, give me another massive like, share with your buddies, share with everybody, and let me know for any parts which you feel could be explained better, or you might want like extra understanding on. Questions like 18 is just recognition. This you could obviously find many ways. You could just divide it by 100 and before I carry on, I just realized I made a mistake. This is 100, so take off 1 0 everywhere, yeah? That should be your answer. So 0.001. So yeah, even me. But anyway, I always check my answers at the end and make sure it's right. Since I just checked it now, it's actually okay. Number 19, let's go. So 3/4 of 1,000. Well, this one should be very straightforward. You need to know mentally that 3/4 of 100 is 75. If it's 1,000, just add an extra 0, so 750. If you're not sure how to calculate this one, the way this works, off literally means times. So this means 3 times 1,000, which is 3,000, divided by 4. And if you work this out, you'd also get 750. You can cancel down the fraction, which will give you half of the top is 1,500, half of 4 is 2, and this again gives you 750. So you have quite a few ways to solve this. Okay. Anyway, guys, let's move on to 20. Oh, so here's our first 2 markers. So this is going to be one of the big boss questions. So 785 times 23. Okay, first things first, partition this, yeah? I would firstly do it on the side to make your life easy. 785 times 3, and then 785 times 20, yeah? Just so you don't make that mistake. So let's times it by 3 first. So just times 3 by every digit. So it'll be 3 times 5 is 15, 5 carry the 1. 3 times 8 is 24, plus 1 is 25, carry the 2. And 3 times 7 is 21, plus 2 is 23. Okay, so that's done. So that's one goes here. Second one. So let's ignore the 0 for a second, yeah? Let's times everything by 2. So 2 times 5 is 10, carry the 1. 2 times 8 is 16, plus 1 is 17, carry the 1. And 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15. Easy. And because you got 0, this is, instead of times it by 2, times it by 20, so times it by an extra 10. So add a 0. And now we just put this in front. So we got 15,700. And now we just plus them up. So adding this up carefully, you should get 5 here and 5 here. 3 and 7 is 10. Carry the 1. Let's put this up here actually. 2 and 5 is 7, plus 1 is 8. And then you got 1. So the answer is 18,055. All right, so 2 markers. Let's go. So not bad so far. Not bad so far. Okay, here comes another fun one. So 20% of 1,200. Now, there's many ways to do this, but I'm going to show you just an easy tip. Always find 10%. It's super easy. 10% means you divide by 100. Divide by 10. So 1,200 divided by 10 will give us 120. I literally just crop off the 0. So 20% is just double the answer. So double 120 is 240. So that's literally it, guys. Done. 22. How many 43s go into 645? Ooh, big number. My tip here is on the right. For these kind of questions, do your times tables, yeah? So starting from 43. So double 43 is 86. So the next times table, it will be 129. And leave it there for a second. Keep adding 43s and put a number them. This is 43 times 1, 43 times 2, 43 times 3. Okay? Now let's do the question. So how many 43s go into 6? You can't do. How many 43s go into 64? Well, we can see clearly. Oops, let me just get my pen out properly. 43 goes into 64 exactly once because it can't reach 86. So it goes once here. And you just have to subtract the difference. So there's many ways you guys can do it, but I do it separately to make life easy and not to make it too messy. So we've got one remainder something, and the remainder is the difference. The difference between 64 and 43 you should get is 21. So it'll be a remainder of 21. So it'll be 215. Okay? If you guys don't like this method, let me know. I can always show the alternative method as well. So now we need to see how many times 43 goes into 215. The trick here is because the number ends in 5, it could be 5. That's just a good guess. It's usually a 5. So just making sure, adding 43 to this one, it's not going to be 160, it'll be 172. And yep, adding 43, 215. Yep, so that's it. So the answer would be 5. So it'd be 15. Okay. Alternatively, if you guys wanted to work out in another way, the way you guys might do it in school long division, if you guys already did this, you can skip the video ahead to 23. 43 into 64 goes 1, so you write 43 and carry the 1. Then you just do some maths. 64 take away 43 is 21, and then you drop the 5 down. So you got 215. And then knowing, and we count, then we ask ourselves, how many times does 43 fit into 215? Well, we can say when it hits 215 exactly, it's 5 times with 0 remainder. And then we stop there. So it's 15 with no remainder. So yeah, both is fine. As long as you get your times table sorted, you're good. Anyway, let's move on to 23. So 0.5 times 28. Now, this one's literally, you guys should recognize that this means half. So this is half of 28, which is 14. If you did not know that, what we could do is 5 times 28 first. And that should give us, well, 5 times 20. So partition this. 5 times 20 is 100. And then 5 times 8 is 40, or whatever method you guys like. And you should get 140. And then because there's one decimal place to the left, just cut off 1 0. And then you get 14. Now finally, guys, for the last 2 problems, we've got half plus a fifth. Well, not last 2, you still got many left. So we've got half plus a fifth. So just like the other fraction questions, we need to make sure the denominators are the same. The only way these two match up, if you know your 2 times table and 5 times table, you know they both go up to 10 at least. And that's what they have in common. If you did not know that, I would just look at both fractions and say the only way these two can be the same, if we multiply this fraction by 5 because this has a 5, and multiply this by 2 because that has a 2. So times this by 5, you should get 5 over 10, and times the right side by 2, you should get 2 over 10. And then adding them up, 7 over 10, guys. Bravo, yeah? Easy. Now, let's go on to 25. It's easy. So 1 3/4 plus 3/4. All you do here is firstly change this to an improper fraction because you have a mixed set. To change to improper, just do 1 times 4 plus 3, which is 7/4. Add it 3/4. This becomes 10/4. And actually, guys, just to be extra sure, so 10 over 4 can actually be simplified further. So just double checking, they both can be halved and you can get 5 over 2. So that's one possible answer. Another answer you could have realized is that you could have changed this to a mixed fraction. So you can say how many 2's go into 5? Well, it goes exactly twice with 1 remainder. So it's 1/2. So this literally means 2 remainder 1. And because it's over 2, we write over 2. You could have also written 2.5, and that is also an acceptable answer. So any of these are good. Anyway, let's move on to 26. So here we got 6 minus 5.738. Okay, so notice we got a whole number minus a decimal. So what I would do, because we got 3 decimal places, I would write 6 point and then 3 zeros to match them up. So it's like 6,000 minus 5.738. Okay, here we just subtract now. So you notice if they're all zeros, you cannot subtract. So we need to borrow from the first non-zero number. So here we are, we got 6. So let me just change the pen color. So borrowing from the 6, that becomes a 5, and this becomes a 10. Cross this out, becomes a 9. This becomes a 10, and rinse and repeat until you get 10 on the last one, and the other is 9. Now we just subtract. So 10 take away 8 is 2. 9 take away 3 is 6. 9 take away 7 is 2. And the last one is 0. So it'd be 0.262. Good. So guys, I hope you're enjoying this so far. I mean, we're going quite deep. You know, if you're enjoying it, give me a like. Otherwise, stay tuned and let's keep going. Next one. So we've got 3.9 times 30. Trick is, if you times in by something by 30 and you got decimal, you can cross out a 0 and make this a whole number. So this is now 39 times 3. So 39 times 3, well, you even know you don't. So 30 times 3, easy. 3 times 3 is 9, so 90. And then do 9 times 3, which is times table, 27. And then add them up, and you should get 117. Very easy, very easy. Okay, just checking if this is correct. 3 times 9, 30. Yep, looks legit to me. Always double check my answers anyway, but I'm going to check anyway in case. Alright, 28. So just like the other one, mixed fraction and regular fraction, we need to tidy this up. So first things first, let's sort this out, yeah? So changing this one into what's it called? Improper fraction, we can just do 1 times 15, which is 15, and add it to the 1, which is now 16 fifteenths. And we're going to do minus 2 fifths. Now, because we know that 15 is also part of the 5 times table, this second fraction can become over 15 if we multiply it by 3, right? So multiplying up and down by 3, this entire fraction becomes 6 over 15. So now we've got 16 over 15 minus 6 over 15. So 16 take away 6 is 10 fifteenths. And then simplifying this further, you notice you can divide it by 5 because in the 5 times table, you should get 2 on the top half and 3 in the bottom half. So 2/3. Don't bother writing this as a decimal because it just looks ugly. Keep it as a fraction, guys, yeah? Ooh, oh, this is a big one. So another long multiplication. Well, let's have a look. So you go 5,413 times 86, and we got to show our method. Okay, we're gonna do on the grid this time, or we're gonna do on the column as we can see. So on the right side, I'm gonna write 5,413 times 6 first, and then 5,413 times 80. So just imagine it's an 8. Just like the previous method. Let's see what happens. So you got 3 times 6 is 18 here, carry the 1. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 6 times 4 is 24, so 4 carry the 2. And then 5 times 6 is 30, plus 2, 32. If you guys already got the answer, I'll put the answer in a second, then skip ahead, yeah? I'll do this very fast. So ignoring the 0, 8 times 3 is 24, so 4 carry the 2. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 2 is 10, carry the 1. 8 is 32, plus 1, 33, carry the 3. 5 times 8 is 40, plus 3, 43. Easy. Now add these numbers up. So let's line them up properly actually. So this looks like we're wasting time, but the truth is, oh yeah. So almost made a mistake again. So when you see, because it's times by 80, don't forget to stick an extra 0, yeah? Anyway, the good thing about recording is that even if mistakes happen, we can always go back and double check. So that's the whole point. Always double check your work. Now adding these two figures across, 433 and 040, 32,478. So adding this up, you should get 8 here. 4 plus 7 is 11. 1 carry the 1. So you got 1 and 4 make 5. Be careful, this isn't a 10, yeah? 3 and 2 is 5. 3 and 3 is 6. And last one is 4. Oh, that was a big number, isn't it? I'm just going to check on my calculator right now because I want to make sure. And, woo, yeah, we got it. Nice. So the answer is correct. So yep, that goes in the box right here. Anyway, let's keep going. Number 30. Oh, 99% of 200. Now this is kind of cheeky, because you could really just find 1%, because everything's always out of 100%. If you know 1%, it will just be the other side. So yeah, this is easy. So first things first, always find 10%, because it means divide by 10. Divide 200 by 10, you get 20. To get 1%, well, divide again by 10, because to get 10 to 1, you divide them by 10, so it's 2. That means to get 99%, well, if imagine 200 represents 100%, yep. That means if you subtract 1%, you subtract 2, so you get 198, because you need 2 more to make 100%. So it's 198. So this is a nice nifty trick. Always find, if you got a really high percentage, find the low percentages and just subtract it from the 100%, and then subtract the whole numbers, and you should get the values. That's it. Whew. All right, 31. A quarter divided by 2. This is, if you're dividing by a whole number, just think of it as a fraction, 2/1. And because of the rule of division, use the KFC method, okay? I was going to say keep fried chicken. No, it's not keep fried chicken. So keep, flip, and change. So keep the first figure, flip the sign, and then change the fraction. Well, I'm sure I said upside down. Flip the fraction and change the sign. So it's 1/4 times a half. Flip this and change that. So you should get 1 times 1 is 1. 4 times 2 is 8. So it's 1/8. Easy. 32. So 9 squared take away 36 divided by 9. Okay, so using bid maths, always do this, right, bid maths here for these type problems. Because we have no brackets, we can exclude it. We have an indice, which is here. So 9 squared means 9 times 9, which is 81. Now division and multiplication, we have it here. 36 divided by 9 goes exactly 4. So it's 81 minus 4, which is 77. Nice. Now 1/1/2 times 40. All right, let's do this. So 1/1/2. First things first, change it to an improper fraction. So 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3, so 3/2 times 40. Now just times it across. So 3 times 40 is 120/2, divided by the bottom. Half of this is 60. Easy. Very easy money. Number 34. 20, again, another percentage. 28% of 650. Find 10% first of 650, which is 65. Then let's think about it. So what we could do is find 20% and find 8%. So find 1%. You just divide it by, actually don't even need to do that. We can be clever about this, yeah? If you want to find, let's find 2% times that by 4. If you find 2%, literally divide this by 5, which is easier to do, by the way. Actually, you know what? Ignore, forget what I'm saying. Let's not make it confusing. Let's find 1%, because it's always easy. This is going to be 6.5, because you divide by 10. That means 2% is going to be double this, which is 13. To find 8%, times it by 4. 13 times 4 is 52. And to get 20%, which is over here, double the 65, which is 130. And therefore, 28% would be this figure here plus this figure here. 130 plus 52 is 182, guys. If you got this, give yourself a pat in the back. That's good. Oh, all right. We're almost done. Here comes the finale. So I always knew that these ones are always, God, look at that. Awful. But I think we got this. We can do our best here, guys, yeah? I mean, 97 times tables. Come on, easy. Okay, let's do 35 first. So we've got 4 2/3 minus 1 6/7. Okay, this looks really, really scary, but it's not. Do what we always do, yeah? Let's convert these firstly into improper fractions, yeah? So the first one, 4 2/3 times 4 by 3, which is 12. Add to it will give you 14/3. Do the same here. 1 times 7 is 7, plus 6 is 13/7. Alright, now it does look quite bad. So the trick here is to, because we're not sure what 3 and 7 go into, well, the multiples of them, or maybe you already know, I would just multiply the left side by 7 because it has a 7 already. Multiply the right side by 3 because that's 3, and this means it'll be over for them. Okay, because we know 3 times 7 is 21. So let's go ahead. So now we've got 7 times 14. Okay, 7 times 14. So what I would do, put over here for a second, 10 times 7 is 70. 4 times 7 is 28, so that's 98. 13 times 3. Okay, it's not that bad. 10 times 3 is 30. 3 times 3 is 9, so 39. Now you just subtract them. 98 take away 39. Let's do it over here, yep. There is a faster way, but oh god, I should have done it first time. 8 take away 9 you can't do. Borrow the 9 becomes an 8. Carry the 1. 18 take away 9 is 9. 8 take away 3 is 5. So it's 59 over 21. I don't think we can simplify that further, can we? Nah, probably not. If you guys find a faster way than this, let me know in the comments for question 35, guys. Yeah, I'm counting on you. So definitely back me up, because this can help you. If you can help me find faster ways as well, then I can always produce even better ones for next time. Okay. Anyway, here comes the finale, guys. Number 36. So let's wrap this up quick time, yeah. So 97 into this. So go ahead. You can put your 97 times tables. The way I look at it, you're just adding 100 minus 3. So add another 100 minus 3, so you get 197 minus 3 is 194. Add another 100, so it looks like that. Minus 3, that becomes 291. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, leave it like that for a second. And this is just our times table, so this will be the first, second, third. Now, let's check this out. So 97 into 882, because we know it can't go to 8 or 88. Oh god, so that's a big number. So we know that 882 is very close to, firstly, probably 10 times table, because 97 times 10 oh man, sorry about that, is 970. So 970 is literally 97 times 10. Let's go ahead and find what 97 times 9 is, yeah. 97. Sorry, I got a little flu here. So just subtract 97 from this. So subtract 70, you get 900, and then subtract 27 more, you should get 800 and god, how can I be so slow? 73. Yep, and it fits. 873 is just smaller than this number, so it fits exactly 9 times. Okay, perfect. God, I got all that space and I put it there, so it fits 9 times. Now finding the remainder, subtracting all of this, 82 take away 73 should give us 9. Drop the 7, 97. So 97 to 97 is once. That's it, guys. All done. 91. Bravo. You could have done it all the way, but then just look at this figure, it's massive. And you know deep down it's a big number. So the only logical sense would have to be 9. So always do trial and error. Try and guesstimate it, yeah? Times it by 10 because it's the closest value, or 9, which is actually the closest value. And just hope for the best. Anyway, guys, if you've enjoyed this video, give me a like. Otherwise, see you next time.